post on social media platform X as well, saying he's looking forward to visiting the Western High Command of the Indian Army. That's the latest update that we are getting for you. The visit is expected to focus on strengthening strategic and defense cooperation as diplomatic engagements between the two sides continue to deepen. Now, clearly, this is something that Pakistan is going to be monitoring very, very closely, because this is a message that has come from Trump's main man in India. Let's go across to my colleague Rishabh, joining us live right now for more on this. Rishabh, the US ambassador to India there, making all the right noises. I mean, first, the way he spoke about the trade deal, the way he was constantly giving the information, and now the kind of updates that he's put out suggesting that, something that could actually give sleepless nights to Pakistan.
Well, what we're given to understand, Hina, that this visit is basically U.S. Ambassador Sergio Gor. He's accompanying the commander of U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, Admiral Samuel John Paparo Jr., who is on an official visit to India from 14th to 19th of February. Remember, earlier today, the delegation also called upon the Chief of Defence Staff, General Anil Chauhan, here in New Delhi, and now they have gone to Chandigarh, which is the headquarters of the Western Command. So Sergio Gor is accompanying the Indo-Pacific commander, and definitely this showcases growing, partnership between India and US. The way after the trade deal has started taking shape for that matter. Now we are seeing that the defense partnership is also coming in. Earlier today, while speaking, with CDS, Admiral Samuel also said that the way India turned around during Operation Sindoor, the way India's operations looked like is something that should be studied by many. So now he is going to Western Command. Remember, Western Command was very, very important during Operation Sindoor as well. When we talk about Western Command, the whole of Punjab border with Pakistan and the northern Rajasthan border with Pakistan comes under Western Command. That's the area of responsibility for Western Command. So definitely this meeting in Chandigarh is going to be very, very important.
Absolutely, Rishabh. I just have a follow-up question on the turn of events, because there was for a time, whenever there were, of course, differences of opinion on serious issues between India and the United States, many people wondered about what's going to happen to the Quad. Now, India and the United States are both part of the Quad along with Japan, as well as Australia. What happens now as far as the Quad is concerned? For a while, it appeared that it might be in limbo, but given the fact that we're also seeing increasing military cooperation now between India and the United States, what's the way forward as far as the Quad grouping is concerned?
Well, Siddharth, it's a tricky question. A Quad is not a military alliance per se. A Quad is more of trade and economic, development, economical development alliance is what all the countries believe, be it Australia, be it US, be it Japan. None of them, or for that matter India as well, have ever tried to create a Quad as a military partnership. But here, in last 1 year, we have seen that how Quad has taken a back seat. But in last 2 months, we have seen things started getting back on track. In China, we saw the ambassadors of Quad country meeting in Beijing. That is very, very symbolic. That India, US, Australia and Japanese ambassadors in Beijing meeting. Then there have been talks that a Quad can happen. India is to host Quad, and Sergio Gor on the day one of his tenure said that he is expecting the President of the United States to be in India either this year or next year, which means the Quad is definitely on the cards. When, how, where, that is something that needs to be worked upon. With India-US relationship getting back on track, Quad looks a possibility, but that is something that needs to be confirmed by the four partners, which haven't happened now.
Absolutely, Rishabh, and you are also, of course, mentioning about what the American Admiral Samuel J. Paparo had to say during his India visit as well, specifically his comments on Operation Sindoor. Earlier, of course, as far as the nature of the operation was concerned, given the pronouncements of Donald Trump about his claims of mediation, etc., which India took really a strong exception to and said that there was absolutely no mediation on the part of the US. It was the DGMOs between India and Pakistan who spoke, and it's the Pakistanis who begged for some kind of a ceasefire, to which India responded. Now, given the fact that we've had a senior ranking American military officer serving Admiral talk about India's deterrence capabilities during Operation Sindoor, what does that imply as far as how America is seeing the Indo-Pakistani equation right now?
Well, if we talk about Admiral Paparo Jr., we need to understand one thing. His predecessor was all about Pakistan going gaga, about how Pakistan, is helping and how it's an asset for the Central Command or CENTCOM as they call it, or the Indo-Pacific Command. But now the new Admiral has come in, and his visit to India signifies there's a shift, in thinking in Washington as well. Politically, we have seen the shift, because if you see the way last South Asia hearing happened, there was hardly any mention of Pakistan. But India was mentioned, India was discussed upon, Indian trade deal was talked about. So in a way, we see a shift of focus in Washington. And with this visit, we can say that there is a shift in military focus also. And that is something that will give sleepless night to Islamabad, that's for sure. With Admiral Paparo Jr. actually hailing India's deterrent steps during Operation Sindoor, showcases that in a way the ice that had, the frosty relationship that India and US have had in last 1 year have started melting, and things look going back on track. Remains to be seen how much time it takes, how and what all it takes for both the sides to actually come back on table and discuss everything that is pending.
We'll wait and see as to how that evolves. Many thanks, Rishabh, for all the inputs you've provided us.
मंत्री जी अलाप करें, आप